Imagine sinking into a plush velvet seat that felt more like your living room sofa than a car interior, or playing your favorite vinyl records while cruising down the highway. Here are 10 car features from the past that felt like pure luxury. Plush velour and button tufted bench seats made climbing into a luxury car in the 1970s and 1980s feel like stepping into a high-end lounge. Unlike the firm, heavily bolstered buckets of today, these massive sofa-like seats prioritized absolute comfort and relaxation. Automakers like Cadillac, Lincoln, and Chrysler draped their interiors in rich, colorful fabrics, turning the cabin into a velvet-lined sanctuary. The front bench seat allowed a third person to slide right into the middle, making the car feel incredibly spacious and social. These seats were famously soft, absorbing every bump in the road and giving passengers a floating sensation. While leather was available, velour was often considered the superior, cozier option because it didn't burn your legs in the summer or freeze them in the winter. Eventually, safety regulations, the need for seat belts, and a shift toward sporty bucket seats caused the luxurious front bench to vanish from the American road. Hood ornaments transformed ordinary vehicles into rolling works of art, serving as the ultimate symbol of automotive prestige. In the early 20th century, they started as practical radiator caps, but luxury brands quickly realized their potential for branding and elegance. Companies commissioned renowned sculptors to design intricate mascots like the iconic Spirit of Ecstasy on Rolls-Royce or the sleek Leaping Jaguar. American luxury cars embraced this trend wholeheartedly, with Cadillac featuring the striking Goddess and Lincoln showcasing the elegant crosshair star. Some automakers even offered illuminated ornaments, casting a soft, glowing light across the hood as you drove through the night. These gleaming chrome figures gave drivers a majestic focal point to look at while cruising down the boulevard. Unfortunately, changing aerodynamic standards, pedestrian safety regulations, and a rise in theft led to the extinction of these beautiful, luxurious hood-mounted sculptures by the early 2000s. Rear-hinged passenger doors, famously known as suicide doors, offered an unparalleled level of elegance when entering and exiting a vehicle. Popularized in the 1930s and brought back in spectacular fashion by the 1961 Lincoln Continental, these doors opened backward, creating a massive, welcoming entrance. This design allowed passengers to step in and out of the car with incredible grace, making them a favorite among celebrities, politicians, and high society. The lack of a B-pillar in some models meant the entire side of the car opened up like a grand theater curtain, showcasing the luxurious interior. They earned their dangerous nickname because if they were accidentally unlatched while driving, the wind would forcefully rip them open. While modern safety concerns ultimately led to their demise in everyday American cars, Rolls-Royce still uses this luxurious design today, officially referring to them as coach doors to maintain their prestigious image. Automatic swivel seats were introduced by Chrysler in the late 1950s, making getting into a car feel like a truly first-class experience. With a simple pull of a lever, the front seats would pivot outward toward the door, allowing the driver and passenger to gracefully slide in without twisting or bending. Once you were seated, you simply swung your legs inside, and the seat would lock securely into the forward-facing position. This innovative feature was heavily marketed to women, as it allowed them to enter the vehicle elegantly without wrinkling their skirts or dresses. Chrysler offered these mechanical marvels on their high-end models like the 300E and the Imperial, framing them as the pinnacle of modern automotive convenience. Despite their undeniable cool factor and luxurious appeal, swivel seats were expensive to manufacture and prone to mechanical issues, causing them to disappear from option lists by the early 1960s. The Autronic Eye was a futuristic piece of luxury technology introduced by General Motors in 1952, long before modern cars had automatic high beams. Mounted on the dashboard, this bullet-shaped device looked like a small robotic camera staring out through the windshield. It used a light-sensitive phototube to detect the headlights of oncoming traffic and would automatically dim your high beams to prevent blinding other drivers. Once the approaching car had passed and the road was dark again, the Autronic Eye would seamlessly switch the high beams back on. It was a magical space-age feature that made nighttime driving significantly more relaxing and felt incredibly advanced for the era. Cadillac and Oldsmobile proudly offered this premium option, showcasing America's post-war obsession with automation and convenience. While early versions were sometimes tricked by streetlights or reflective signs, the Autronic Eye paved the way for smart lighting systems we take for granted today. The Highway Hi-Fi record player was the ultimate in-car entertainment luxury, offered in 1956 when Chrysler partnered with CBS Electronics. Mounted beneath the dashboard, this shock-proof turntable allowed drivers to listen to their favorite music without relying on the unpredictable static of AM radio. To prevent the needle from skipping over every pothole, the system used a heavily weighted tone arm and required special, ultra-dense vinyl records that spun at a unique speed of 16 2/3 revolutions per minute. Chrysler owners could cruise down the highway while enjoying uninterrupted symphonies, jazz albums, or dramatic readings, feeling like absolute royalty. Unfortunately, the system was incredibly expensive, and the limited selection of proprietary records frustrated many buyers. Furthermore, despite the brilliant engineering, severe bumps could still cause the needle to scratch the vinyl. The luxurious dream of in-car turntables was short-lived, eventually being replaced by the far more practical 8-track tape player. Hidden gas caps turned a mundane task into a secret luxury experience during the golden age of American automotive design. Engineers believed that a visible fuel door ruined the sleek, uninterrupted lines of a luxury car. To maintain a perfectly smooth exterior, automakers cleverly hid the gas cap behind various exterior features. One of the most famous examples was the 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air, which concealed the filler neck behind a flip-down taillight. Other luxury models hid their gas caps behind drop-down license plates, heavy chrome emblems, or seamlessly integrated rear bumper trims. Pulling up to the filling station and revealing the hidden compartment felt like performing a magic trick for the attendant. This design philosophy prioritized aesthetics above all else, ensuring that nothing disrupted the beautiful sweeping fins and chrome accents of the era. Eventually, strict safety regulations regarding fuel tank placement forced automakers to abandon this delightful, elegant design. Mobile car phones were the ultimate executive luxury in the 1980s, proving that nothing signaled wealth and power quite like a heavy, corded telephone. Before the era of pocket-sized smartphones, having a phone permanently installed in your car cost thousands of dollars to purchase and activate. These bulky devices were usually mounted on the center console, featuring a large illuminated keypad and a coiled cord that stretched to the driver's ear. Making a business call while stuck in rush hour traffic was a massive status symbol, proving that your time was too valuable to be disconnected. Because cellular networks were still in their infancy, the service was astronomically expensive, with per-minute charges that could result in massive monthly bills. The classic car phone, with its prominent exterior trunk antenna, told everyone on the road that you were a very important person, serving as the defining luxury accessory of the decade. Power antennas were a hallmark of premium vehicles from the 1960s through the 1990s, adding a touch of theatrical luxury to the simple act of turning on the radio. There was something deeply satisfying about turning the ignition key and watching a sleek metal antenna automatically rise from the fender of your car. When the engine was shut off, the motorized mast would smoothly retract back into the bodywork, leaving the car with a clean aerodynamic profile. This wasn't just about looking cool. It also protected the antenna from being snapped off by vandals or damaged in automatic car washes. The gentle mechanical hum of the motor deploying the mast became a familiar sound associated with high-end Cadillacs, Lincolns, and imported luxury sedans. Today, Satellite radio and hidden glass antennas have made this feature obsolete, taking away that small motorized moment of magic before every drive. Rear seat minibars and magnetic glasses offered a level of opulence that has arguably never been matched, especially when Cadillac introduced the exclusive Eldorado Brougham in 1957. This hand-built masterpiece came equipped with a magnetized glove box door that doubled as a serving tray, complete with a set of magnetic silver drinking cups that wouldn't tip over while driving. The rear compartment was designed to be a fully stocked mobile lounge, featuring a built-in tissue dispenser, a specialized cigarette case, and a custom leather notebook. Some high-end luxury vehicles and their aftermarket limousine conversions of the era even featured refrigerated minibars tucked between the plush rear seats. Passengers could pour themselves a cold beverage and relax in absolute opulence while the chauffeur handled the driving. These extravagant built-in hospitality features represented the absolute peak of post-war American excess, turning a simple car ride into an exclusive cocktail hour on wheels. So, if you could bring back one of these classic car features, which one would it be? Drop a comment down below to tell us your favorite vintage luxury option.